My apologies, my video cut off. So if you allow them to put you in that facade of, that character that they were actually in, it would be as if because you kept trying to protect them because you still had love for this person, this lover. If you would have kept trying to protect them, that means that you loved them more than you loved yourself, more than you loved your calling. And that's not practicing self-love. And if you're not practicing self-love, then how can you move for the divine? How can you move in truth? Okay? So yeah, you had to change your mindset and realize who you were and what your purpose was. You had to connect to your higher self, your crown chakra. Yeah, because this had you stuck in your head. It was like you couldn't think straight. You were self-imprisoned. Again, you couldn't think straight. You were self-imprisoned. You had many choices to choose from, and it was always you choosing this person over yourself instead of you walking your divine path, right? Because you are the child of the Most High. Anything that you want, it could come to fruition, but it was like you were giving away your energy to an energy vampire, to someone that was sucking your soul. And anything they said, it was like you just went along with it instead of trusting yourself. It made you feel like for you to tell the truth would be for you to diminish someone else. But it was okay for them to diminish you. It was okay for them to lie on you so that they could prevail over you. And the Most High, your spirit team was like, not so. You have a purpose. Why would you diminish your purpose for someone that's working for the adversary? Yeah. Didn't make no sense. But you were like in your head, like again in prison. It was like whatever you seen, you couldn't trust it. Whatever you heard, you couldn't trust it. You had to trust the Most High. You had to trust your spirit team. The downloads, the dreams, the visions, the things that kept coming to you. You had to trust it. Because if you trusted what people were saying and what people were telling you and what you would see, you wouldn't see the lies that were hidden. That was what beneath everything. Yeah. And this person, all they cared was about money. And that's why your money kept messing up. Because you were putting them first. Everything that they wanted, you were putting them first. Anything else, Most High? Yeah, this was a tower for them. This love was a fishy offer. It was a very immature love. It was very not for you. You see the fish in that cup? A very fishy offer. It was not for you, not for an empress. And you had to let this tower fall. But you didn't understand that what you were doing. You kept shielding this person's lies. You kept, oh well, they said that. I'm just gonna let them say it, whatever. People want to believe it, they're gonna believe it, whatever. And it's like, not so. If you're not gonna say anything and defend yourself, then yes, people will believe it. But you must speak your truth at all times. You can't close off your throat chakra. If you close off your throat chakra, how do you open your third eye? And if your third eye ain't open, how do you open that crown? Right? All praises to the Most High. So you had to leave the situation. And when you left the situation, that's when your life changed. That's when you could focus on, becoming the best version of you. And it felt lonely. And it felt heartbreaking to have to leave something that you trusted. To have to leave that loyalty to this person. Because that's all you've ever known is to be loyal to everyone, regardless if they did you wrong or not. I'm going to always keep those secrets. I'm going to always this and that. And that's a good thing, not to go tit for tat with people. But when they are trying to diminish your whole purpose of life, you have to open your mouth. You cannot allow someone to diminish who, how many people sitting in prison right now because they wouldn't open their mouth? They not walking in their calling right now because I'm not going to tell on such and such for shooting that baby. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. It's a difference between keeping your mouth shut because, such and such slept with such and such. That ain't none of your business. You known it, to each his own. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, they a hoe because they did this and this and that. Like, whatever. But when it comes to your life, when it comes to you not walking your path, when it comes to the whole world thinking that you're something that you're not, because you're trying to be loyal to something evil. Not so, baby. Not so. You had to leave it. But your family members are thinking like, they thinking you witchy. They're thinking you witchy. You know, they don't understand when people are really connected to the Most High. They don't read Isaiah 30, you know. They don't understand it. They think everyone that is tapped into something that can see the future or can tell what's going on at the time, they must be connected to something dark, and that's not so. But you know the fruit of the tree by, you know what type of fruit it bears because of the way you are. And that's what they have to see. Like, you're not chasing clout. You're not out for money. You're not out here being lustful. You're not out here being evil to nobody. You're not even doing a tit for tat type of thing. Again, the world. Okay? Because whoever this person was that tried to break your heart, that tried to do you wrong, baby, this just made you tap into who you truly were. This just made you walk into your purpose. This just made you had to trust yourself. You had to love on yourself more than you loved that person. And when you did, a whole new world opened up for you. It was like you already knew who you were, but you were afraid to, because you were like your siblings. You know, if you did really tap into who you were, then you would become the witch or the witchy person or someone that speaks to the dead, or, you know, you felt like you would be shunned. But something happened in your life that you said, I don't give a hell what people think. I'm going to live my truth. I'm not going to be on my deathbed talking about if I could have or I should have, woulda, coulda, shouldas and all of that. You said not so. But it was like you taking the leap of faith on yourself. You understanding that you could not love someone more than you loved yourself. That you had to trust your path. And trusting your path, walking with the Most High, was more important than trusting to stay loyal to people that was never loyal to you. Yeah, because you kept thinking about your past. This love from your past. These family members that did not serve you any, you know. Again, this love from your past. It came out together with the Six of Cups. But you're teaching them a lesson. You're teaching your family a lesson and this past love person a lesson. Like, even though they acting like they don't know what's, you know, like they don't understand everything you're doing, they might not, because it seems like you don't understand who you truly are. You know, you just trust in the Most High. You just trust in what you feel, right? But they're starting to learn more about spirituality because of you. They're starting to learn more about how they can connect with the Most High because of you. That there's a spirit team, that Psalm 91:11 does exist, that Isaiah 30 does exist, that Proverbs 8 do exist, that Psalm 82 do exist. You know, like those are written there for a reason. Isaiah 43 verse 3 is there for a reason. Isaiah 44:17 is there for a reason. Jeremiah 10 is there for a reason. It's like when you stay away from these things that you're trying to conjure up or get power from, it's like you are servant to that, and you're not into any of that. You're not into religion. You read everything so you can understand stuff, right? Why people think the way they think or why they believe in something. But you only trust in the Most High. You trust in facts. You trust in that you know that there's a creator. You trust in your ancestors because you know they did exist. You trust in your spirit team because the life that you live, it can't allow you not to. You know that there's something bigger than you that helps you, that guides you. Anything else, Most High? And from this, you will have victory. From this, people will know you because you're in your purpose now. Everybody won't like it, you know, because a lot of people are, like I said, into these cults, into these religions, into these fraternities, with, you know, sororities, into these occults, Masons and Eastern Stars and all of that. It's like they think they have to be a part of something to get power. They have to be a part of something to become something, instead of walking in their authentic purpose, being who they truly are, knowing thyself, and letting the Most High lead the way. They're too scared of that. They're too scared of being vulnerable. They're too scared of people looking at them and saying, ha ha, something's wrong with them. Ha ha, they're witchy. Ha ha. They're too scared of that. But you're opening a door to show people that God is real. And that the Most High moves through you. And moves through them if they allow it. You can move from your higher self or your lower self. Yeah, but they're in their head about it. They're burdened about it. Just like you were burdened at one time when you were scared to walk in your power because you kept trying to, shield the evil. You kept trying to put them before you because you didn't trust yourself. So it was like, I'm not going to defend myself. I'm going to let them keep saying whatever they're going to want to say. And Most High said, not so. Not mine. Touch not my anointed. Do my prophets no harm. So, you were in your head at one point, couldn't figure out which way to go. Sleepless nights trying to figure out, why is this happening to me? Why is my life in shambles? And you had to understand it was in shambles because you were allowing it. It was in shambles because you wouldn't speak your truth. And then when you spoke your truth, this energy that they put onto you, a feeling like this, became their energy because that's where it came from. They were sitting there waiting, looking for you to break down, for you not to become the best version of you. Most High said, not so. Anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Rest. The more you rest, the more downloads you get. The more you rest, the more you can see your path very clear. And you'll be able to give to others. That's your purpose. Everything you go through, everything you've seen, you'll be able to help other people. That's your purpose. That's your calling. You're going to be the one you're a giver. And sometimes people think it's all about money, but it's not. It's about helping people get through certain things so therefore they don't feel like they're defeated. It's about listening to those when they need a listening ear. Being there for people when they feel like no one is there. That's going to be you. Because you've been through all of this. Let's look at that. Yeah. You started to love on yourself. That's self-love. You started to give to yourself. You started to balance that nurturing feminine energy with your masculine energy. And to know when to choose you over others. Because you always chose others over you. Most High said, not so. Not for mine. Yeah. So you had to rest. You had to meditate. You had to get some sleep. You had to start journaling. You had to put you first. You had to contemplate. Is this the life I want? To never speak my truth, to always put someone before me, or to walk my path, to stay in purpose, to be authentic, to be true to thyself. He chose you. All praises to the Most High. So it is, so shall it be. Let your will be done. Ashe, ashe, ashe. This card is sticking out to me, so I'm going to read it. Monad. Connect to the divine source. It's your highest chakra, the crown chakra. It lifts you above the noise. It gives you freedom. You are very powerful. You are very powerful. Isaiah chapter 37. Never think you are above the Most High, the divine source. So, as you're connecting to the Most High and you're walking in your power, these people that kept trying to diminish you and kept trying to put that negative energy on you, and what they were trying to tell people that's what you were. Now they see that because you walk in that power with the Most High, you walk with your crown chakra open, getting those downloads. They now see that they can never defeat the creator of all creation. So this was kind of like a test for them. It was a test for you to trust yourself and to walk your divine path, but it was also a test for them. It was like the test of Pharaoh and Moses. You know, they thought that they were better. Maybe they had more money. Maybe they had more friends. You know, maybe like I said, like I kept bringing up, they're in these groups, these Masons, these Eastern Stars, these fraternities, sororities, these, you know, these churches, these synagogues, these camps. And Most High said none of that can 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 take over my purpose for you. You know, they think that they was secure in whatever that they believed in. And when you started to walk your path and your purpose and your truth, it shattered everything. You about to take down whole groups. You about to take down whole groups. Yeah. People about to start looking at, what did I choose to be in? Like, if I could connect to the divine source without having to be in all of this, and I'm in all of this, and I'm still not even connecting to what have I done? What have I chosen? You know, or the things that they did to you, or the lies that they spread, or them not trusting themselves. They starting to think about their life. You're starting to lift the veil from their eyes. Your purpose is mighty. Your purpose is mighty. Yeah, all praises to the Most High. So it is, so shall it be. Let thy will be done. Keep walking in your path. Keep walking in your path. All praises to the Most High, divine creator, the source of all, creator of all. So it is, so shall it be, and let thy will be done. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yeah, a lot of people going to think that, like, you're going to tell their business, because your gifts have not even reached this limit yet. And you know things that you shouldn't know. That's what they think, you know. And you do know things, but that's because you're moving in your purpose. Not many people walk for the Most High Divine. And it's like you were shielded for a lot of your life because you were scared to be you. But now you're walking in your path. It's about to show other people what's possible. So I salute you. Keep rising, keep ascending, keep growing. You got this. You got this.